We'll look at it in Eichenwald. So, we got... I believe this is AwesomeG420. He's playing Roadhog and Eichenwald at a Grandmaster level. I believe it is Council, though. But we do not hold that against him. So when we're talking about the 5-1 flank, the reason why it's good is because it's very deceptive. People have to be very observant to notice that there are 5 heroes and not 6 heroes when it's pushing. Also, if they don't notice it, if they notice 5 heroes on one side, then they're going to be less aware of the one side. So Hog's good at a 5-1 flank because he can hook someone and just eliminate him from the game. Any flanker that can deal burst damage is good with the 5-1. Okay, Berchado, when you upload that, then yeah, we'll look at it. The Hog is mostly about positioning.
Nice kill. Very good kill.
Right? He does deal a considerable amount of damage. I'm not saying accuracy doesn't matter, but the bread and butter is the hook. He's also difficult to kill 1v1. In fact, Roadhog may be the best 1v1 class in the game.
Better watch out. Chro back.
Hook him? Yep.
Right, Dad, don't
It's
die.
pretty funny, both Hogs did the same exact thing. Barrier went down and they got hooked.
Okay, guys, we got this. Come back.
He almost got away. Hold on. I just want to check something. Is this 8-second hook on? It is, right?
Okay, guys, we got this.
8 second. Okay. It is 8-second hook on Council. I just wanted to double check that patch went through. So it just looked like your team died. You had no support. You're the last one alive. That happens.
Good wipe, good wipe. Shoot. I'm super low. Come on, guys, you guys got this. You guys can hold this. You guys can hold this.
And it looks like they're running Pharaoh Mercy, which Hog actually deals with a bit. He's not terrible against it.
Barrier.
Perfect.
Good kill. Great job, everybody.
Oh my god, this Lucio I fucking hate. I hope you guys can't hear him, because I know I have my input lower.
Very good hold. I have sound barrier. We have 3 of them.
But this guy's trying to be so positive, I hate him.
Go ahead. Alright, dude. I'm right behind you right
Watch
now.
that.
Just take cover. I don't have amp right now. I'm right behind you, though.
Okay, yeah, this is good.
Well, Hog,
So I like how your whole team backed out and you followed suit. This is like whole hog type area. Never mind. Good. So I was just saying that was whole hog type area because before I saw the Earth Shatter coming in, like this is a great way. You can see the Reinhardt shield's already low. And this would be a great way to take this entire choke point and just shove it all the way back. Break the shield in the process.
let's go, guys. Let's go.
But this is a good move where you shoot, hook immediately, and then your shot will get off cooldown. You can immediately kill him, but the rest of your team is dead.
Right, are we gonna hold? We can try to hold this, and Mercy can come in with res.
Okay, so now it should be about getting positioning, right? You already need to be on the top high ground. They're already pushing in too. The only way to get to high ground is going to be the long way.
Guys, we gotta keep our Mercy alive. If they're resing, we're not. We're gonna.
You're gonna go. You could go down low, but you need something. You need to get at least like 10 meters in front. Okay, here we go. You're Reinhardt. So you just need to just close off a couple more. Oh, that was a juicy hook. I would have took that hook just because it would feel great. Like that one.
Ryder, try back up, man. I'll speed boost you up.
This is the time you want to jam the choke point. They're ulting on top of it. Okay, definitely worry about shooting and not taunting. But a good use for hook, or not hook, for Roadhog ultimate is when 3 people, or when someone attacks, let's say 3, and then you jump in the middle and you push the other 3 back. It's great to block a push. Think of it like Maywall. It really does help. And this position's fine. I would like to... yeah, because Pharah, Mercy want to come over the top. There's being up here on this little platform works as well, and you can peekaboo. Right. It also gives you... Here's the thing about this. Being up here and playing in and out of this door gives you easy access upstairs and to the castle high ground. While this ground right here, while you can fight, look at your escape route. It's just low ground, and they can easily punish you for it.
Nice job, guys. Good kill. I'm here, dude. I'm here. You're fine, Richard.
And you're holding your ult, but you're not needing it. Now would be a good time, actually. Yes. There you go. That's using the shoot, hook, shoot very well. Yeah, I mean, your accuracy's pretty on with the secondary and main shots.
Oh, I missed her barely.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Hog, where you at, dude? Let me hook you up. Sassy, do you sell resident? We're gonna need that.
Good.
Don't go down, dude. Hide if you have to.
That was a good attempt at killing the Rhine. Not much you can do about that. Oh.
There we go.
I would ult, actually. You just need to do a ton of damage when you got out of there. That's all. And I would ult through Zarya Bubble. These are all okay things. The only thing that's going to shut down your ult is the other Hog. Definitely be more liberal with your ult. Find other uses for it. You know, it will attract a lot of attention. It will clear spaces, and it does deal a massive amount of damage if someone is caught in the first, like, 2 seconds of it. There you go. It sucks they had that ult, but I think the idea was okay. Yeah, I mean, don't worry too much about Zarya Bubble. Roadhog's ult does massive amounts of damage when you're right next to someone. Like, if Roadhog's ult didn't have knockback, he would clear people. Good hook. Bubble saved her. I actually like your target priority there. Zarya in these longer engagements, Zarya is probably the strongest target outside of Mercy.
Timing's overrated.
Yeah, Zarya's charged just because she's been living for so long. And it's not about not shooting the Zarya bubbles, because when she lives for 2 to 3 fights, she's going to have 100 charge. Whether you like it or not. And I know you guys want to think pros don't ever charge Zarya shields, but I've seen games. I think it's the Apex semifinals where Zarya's charged for 30 seconds at 100. Good Zarya's fine charge no matter where it's at. Would ulting with Roadhog while in the Graviton be a good idea if you need to break up the Graviton push? If you can push everyone back from following up on the Graviton, it does work. And also, if you're talking about an allied Graviton, then fuck yes. That's a time when people can't get knocked back, and that's the time when you see how powerful Roadhog's ult is. So the only thing... Okay, here's the thing about Roadhog, is you have to get hooks to prove your worth. It's kind of like Widow and Hanzo. If you don't get picks, just play a different hero. I mean, you definitely provide great pressure on the Reinhardt shield. But again, your bread and butter, getting those picks.
Oh my god, I just freaking pushed around.
I'm like getting through the party.
I forgot the thing on the left, on the right of this thing.
You shut down anyone? Good job.
No, get away from me, Symmetra! Oh, I got her.
I mean, you're getting a lot of kills now, but they just rotated on you. Well, Soldier, I think it was like a Soldier Mercy that rotated on top of your team. You kind of rotated on them, which is there's like two ways of looking at it, and neither of these are wrong moves. It's always situational. When they come in with whatever number of people, and then you rotate in on them to get one or two in the back, and that's what you did. You killed the Roadhog, you killed the Symmetra, and I think you put pressure on the Reinhardt as well. You can also come back and try to save your team. Both are options, but both they both work. You can't say specifically like you can't have a hard and fast rule. Let's say you shouldn't shout at her something to give her a charge, but ulting her would have just given her charge and very little benefit. No, if Zarya's right on you, just ult. Get rid of the bubble, push her away, and clear the point. Again, you guys are way too worried about Zarya charge. It's not like she wins the game with just 40 charge. What wins the game is splitting up their team when they're on point. That allows your team to take that ground. This is when you ult. Yeah, they're all inside. That was perfect. You have to burn the res, right? You can't just worry about the res and not attack people. Good hook. That secures his death. Couple good shots.
There we go, we got 3 of them. Look for that teleporter.
You gotta get a hook here.
Roadhog super low.
That works. We can get our quality up just a little bit. Jesus Christ, it's dropping pretty bad.
Nice knowing you guys.
The thing that people don't understand about Zarya Bubble is that if she is charged, it most likely means she is down to her squishy 200 HP, and you just need to decimate her like any other. Yeah. The other thing also about putting pressure on Zarya is that if you don't shoot at her, after 3 seconds, she regains shields back at 30 hit points a second. So sometimes it's worth going through the bubble and stopping her regen. I mean, the Hog here, he's doing a lot of work. And right now, desperate time, so he's just going to jump on point. And I can tell by the video length of the, that it's not going to work. Is it?
Where's that Mercy at? Where she crushes
Oh shit, there's the Mercy again.
I called that.
Yeah. So this Mercy was a pain in your ass. What can you do against a good Mercy? Well, if she has res 9 times out of 10,
Yeah, I called
it's difficult to deal with it.
You didn't pull out the pistol.
You kind of have to push so hard and then push past her to find her. But then she's just going to run out an ult anyways and get a couple of res. Personally, for you, it wasn't bad play. You were getting picks left and right, like you were doing the job as Roadhog. I know there's always, like, the little voice in the back of your head. It's like, oh, you should have hooked the Mercy. But holy fuck. Like, the Mercy's to your left. Right, there she is. And I think you poked that way, but everyone's dead. Even if you did go out there, you wouldn't have killed her. You may have pushed her away. But you would definitely need hook. Yeah, but you... Over and over, you get picks. It's always looking so good. Maybe a little bit too aggressive. But now you can get on point.
Roadhog super low. What? How'd I get stunned after? Oh, I'm so dead. Nice knowing you guys. Man, I wanna roll you off. Oh, you got lucky.
Yeah, he's just trying to go for something. He needs a crazy move at that point to get something to work. It's kind of like watching a Harblue game where he's not actually feeding for the entertainment of the viewers. I don't know what that means, but sure. I mean, we'll just go over it for him. But, like, his hook accuracy was decent. 86%. Like, you can't bitch about that. Weapon accuracy 53%, that's fine because Overwatch calculates accuracy based on every single dot that hits. Roadhog has a lot of shots in his gun, so I don't care about accuracy with Roadhog. But his accuracy was good. He had some good shots. Accuracy was good. His movement was pretty good. The only thing I would say is maybe use your ult a little bit more and see where you can get to it. And the thing is people try to think about using their ult in way too many specific places, and they're so specific about where they use their ult that they just don't use it enough. And the truth is, if you use your ult enough, you're going to find a lot of situations where most people won't find it useful, where it is useful. Yeah. But Roadhog's ult is great for separating the team, so pushing the team away. It's good for pushing out a lane. Anything that, like, you just want to clear space. That's Roadhog's main goal with his ult. Yes, it does great damage. Yes, it does kill people, but it's about creating space. It doesn't matter if Zarya has a bubble on or not. You're just going to blast through everything. The reason why Roadhog's ult does so much damage is to fuck up shields. And once it fucks up the shields, it's going to push everyone out. So don't stop thinking of it as damage only. Start thinking of it as space creator. Your positioning most of the time was good. The only time I really want to think about correcting it was on defense at the second point. Your team had no high ground presence on the second point, I think, outside of the Pharah. Also, you may have to add into your skill set being a little sneaky son of a bitch. There's something to be said for that. You don't want to always be sneaky, but every now and then it's okay to be sneaky.
Good kill, good kill.
So this is what I'm thinking, like, you want to just drop down and push the lane out. Right, your team needs help, but the Pharah ults, it's fine. And with all this time you got pushed back, you could have been going up to the high ground. And this is the thing, you just never... You just need someone on the high ground to pressure there to make it not as easy for him.
Nice.
Yeah, your positioning on point 2 was... the positioning of your team was poor.
Alright, Roadhog is old and we have Mercy old. I'm at 74%, guys. Well, nice job, guys.
This is another point to use your ult. But everyone dies,
I'm here, dude. I'm here.
and then they mercy res.
Got you. Mercy res, Mercy res.
That's fine. Yeah, no, I mean, it wasn't bad. Point 3 was a bit of a shit show. They kind of just pushed in right away. Yeah, you guys didn't really have a defense for here. They kind of had an ult advantage, and you guys were in a staggering point.
Res is ready. Not res, sorry. SubReview is ready, everybody.
But this play right here, I mean, positioning-wise, this is fine. This is where you want to be. Close enough to the corner, but, you know, close enough you can get out of there.
Come on, guys.
And this is where the Zarya starts getting really charged. Just because damage, it's hard to avoid a bubble target. Yeah, like that. Yep, but then you just lose. That's not bad. Actually, hook accuracy at this point was 93%, so you're fine. Position, yeah, look for high ground. That's all I really have to say about that. Point 2 is all I can say. Other than that, you did fine. Logistics? I know we talked a lot about the corner game, and Roadhog is pretty good at the corner game. Roadhog, you kind of want to be here. That far over. You want to occupy this area. Right? The inner half. Because he has the extra health pool, he can stay out a little bit farther than most other heroes, but definitely don't be on the other side. Like, I was questioning, when you're on point 2, you're on the other side of the cart at certain times. Gotta look for it.
Sassy, do you sell res then? We're gonna need that.
Well, it's the time you actually get ulted. Either way, I would say you were playing really greedy by being on the far side of combat. I think it's after this. Oh no. Either way, the corner was like this with Eichenwald, and you got the little rocks here. The payload was right here, and you were kind of hovering over here, which gives you a very long retreat route unless you want to go high ground this way. But you did go this way, and you actually got earth shattered because of it. You always think about your escape route. I think if there's, as soon as you get the like 4K and whatnot, you just got to start having a plan for every time you get attacked. That's the definitely thing. AwesomeG420, is this you, G420? It is you. Oh shit, I didn't even see you in chat, man. Did you have any questions? Yeah, so I do briefly mention the flank hog. Yeah, it just... here's the thing. I always talk to you guys about yin and yang and yada yada yada. And, like, the idea is... you have to know the whole set of the character. You always... like, it doesn't matter, like, if you think Roadhog shouldn't flank at all, he should. Like, it's still a skill set you need to know when to use. Why do I say that? Because Evermore was pulling that shit out all the way up to the semifinals of Apex Season 2. And I know you're like a 4100 hog, but at the same time, if someone can pull that shit off up until the semifinals of the highest tournament in Overwatch, like this, it works. Like it's a strategy that can work at specific times if you implement it correctly. You just need to start adding it into your skill set. And that skill set is based on timing, which is, I can't actually teach timing. We can talk about it, but I cannot actually teach you how to understand timing. The big thing on point 2 was just, you just keep fighting. I think this is overall, and actually this is what I would critique on you. This is my one critiquement, is that as Roadhog, you are constantly going center. Like, you're constantly behind your Reinhardt, and Roadhog has the luxury of being like a semi-tank, so he can be off on the sides a little bit. Now, I don't want you like flanking all the way around like a Genji or Tracer would, but like, these are the hot spots. These are the good spots for Hog. You can punish flankers, you can punish anyone on a one-on-one. You win that. That's how the hero works. Very few heroes can get hooked and live through it. Even very fewer more are flanking type heroes that can live through a hook. In fact, there's none. Yeah, it's good. So yeah, I would actually add in just being a little bit separated from the team, see what hooks you can get in. The tricky part about this is knowing when to get the fuck back. That's going to be the big one. Just when you've overcommitted and when to get out. And figuring out this line of overcommitment. This is a tricky line. It's very vague. But no, your accuracy was good, your positioning was okay. Plus, check. Your logistics, like I said, you're going up the middle a lot every time, actually. So, I mean, it was okay. Could be better. Work on middle. Or I don't want to call it flanking. I just want to call it, like, off-center. Informational-wise, I don't think you were caught by surprise. I think you knew what you were doing. Yeah, everything was fine there. So, any other questions before I go to the next review? I think it's storming outside. Nothing? No questions? Okay, no questions. Ah,